Outdoor GPS is presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor, where serious sportsmen get their gear. In-store and online at fishermans-marine.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this show. Now, right now, we are lucky enough to be joined by Derek LeBlanc. He is behind the Kids Safe Foundation. You've been seeing an event that is being held next weekend over at Fisherman's Marine, a seminar that Derek will be putting on, and friends from the Kids Safe Foundation, all about trying to keep our kids safe and saving lives in the long run. But Derek, thanks for spending a few minutes with us today, man. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you're down in Albany today working another event. Is that correct?
Yeah, today we're doing the Kids Firearm Safety 2. It's a live fire portion of our program. And so I'm at ARPC today, and we're going to be shooting rimfires on the range.
Very cool. Now, the seminar that's actually coming up on this upcoming weekend, I think it's the 19th. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have one the 19th, and we also have one on Sunday the 20th as well up at Fisherman's Marine.
I got you. Now, there's going to be folks that are going to be curious. You know, what kind of information do you cover with these kids? And it looks, oh, well, I can see it now. I was about to ask you, is there an age restriction or whatever else? And you can see right there in that little slide, everyone, from 5 on up. What can these folks expect their kids and themselves to have a chance to learn when they go to see you at Fisherman's Marine?
Well, expect a fun conversation about firearms and firearm safety. We take pride on the way we're able to engage with the kids and get them involved with, what we're talking about for that day. So at Fisherman's Marine, we're going to be doing our Kids Firearm Safety 1, which is, by far our most popular class because I actually bring in real guns. I'm handling them. I'm showing them things to look out for. I'm showing the kids what makes each type of action dangerous to them, And so I answer any kind of relevant questions that the kids might have. Because one thing we have to realize, our kids are getting, at a young age, are getting information from either video games, YouTube, their friends. And so they might have questions about firearms that might not necessarily be correct information. So we're trying to give the kids good information to the parents as well.
That is an absolutely amazing point. Being a parent, and I still consider myself being a new parent. My daughter's 6, okay? So maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. I still consider myself to be a new parent. You're right, though. I mean, they're going to learn the majority. You know what's kind of interesting here? I bet you, excuse me, Derek, I bet you that a lot of times you hear kids that may say, oh, God, is that a particular style of pistol or rifle or whatever, but they learn that from games. It's not because they've ever been exposed to an actual firearm. They're like, oh, that's what my character plays with in a video game, right?
Yeah, you'd be amazed at how many kids that I see at probably 6 or 7 years old that are experts on that modern sporting rifle because of video games. And so for that reason, I'm not really a big fan of video games.
Yeah.
Obviously, I recommend that games are age appropriate for the kids because we have to realize as parents, our kids from 2 to 7 are engaged in what's called magical thinking, where, what I just spoke about, they're getting the information from their environments, which is video games, YouTube, their friends. And so that makes them kind of experts on certain things, but it doesn't necessarily relate to safety. And that's where we talk about accident prevention. We talk about, secure storage of our firearms when they're not in use, but we do highly encourage that, I carry a gun every day for my protection, my family's protection. And so it's important that if you do carry a gun for self-defense, that you educate your kids on what not to do if heaven forbid, you just leave that unsecure for a second.
Great point. And, a lot that what you do, this is something that everyone needs to pay attention to. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, I know you're probably not watching this morning. Even if you don't necessarily have your own kid, if you have them if you're in a family and have young kids, this might be a suggestion that you could give to parents that, hey, take them over, give them an opportunity to learn for real, not a video game, but for real, what this is all about. And prevention is really key here, isn't it, Derek?
Yeah, and it comes down to the way we tailor the message. I mean, this is not a political thing for us. My vision for this is to be mainstream. I want to be open to every parent, not just parents that own guns. And you hit the nail on the head earlier is I need to be able to reach those parents that don't have guns and show them the value of education because their kids could find a gun at a city park, a playground, at a friend's house, and the gun owners that do have guns, you guys might be very responsible with your guns, but we don't know about other parents. And
Absolutely.
So if your kids are going over for a play date and, ask a question, you have secured firearms in the home, and engage with that parent to make sure, because you're entrusting your child with their life, and so it's important that they know what not to do when it comes to the kids are properly trained and on safety, and we go from there.
Yeah, a very good point, because now I'm at that particular time where my daughter's old enough where she, is going to go and hang out with friends and sleepovers, play dates, whatever it is. That question has to be asked, and you have to be willing to ask that question, and it might be an uncomfortable question to ask. But in the long run, if you were to do so, and at least maybe even prep the person that the kids are going over to, hey, man, make sure all your pistols and guns are all, safely stored like they're supposed to be. That one conversation could save countless kids over the years if that question is actually asked, right? Well, if you don't go to this seminar, you might not understand that is an appropriate question to ask. But now, Derek, don't forget now, we got to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to continue to talk with Derek LeBlanc. Again, he's with the Kids Safe Foundation. You can meet him personally this upcoming weekend over at Fisherman's Marine with your kids or not, and get some education that might help save lives, unquestionably, in the long run. We'll be right back with Derek LeBlanc again from the Kids Safe Foundation.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Salmon Trout Steelheader, celebrating over 50 years of serving anglers, by VMC Coastal Black Saltwater Hooks, and by Tough Line, made in the USA since 1938.
These things wiggle, and the fish grab it, and they take it away. UV bright, fish is like no other.
UV bright. Bright.
Some of us, we're just not meant to be around other people. We're just fine with our own company. No distractions. Quiet. But this is my time.
This winter, don't wonder about safe driving. Instead, come by Les Schwab Tire's Winter Don't Wonder event. Introducing our best all-terrain tire ever, the new Open Range AT, only at Les Schwab. Specifically designed so you don't wonder about driving in snow, sleet, or sideways rain. Also, during our Winter Don't Wonder event, save up to $200 on last year's bestseller, the Open Country AT2. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
A ballet dancer's body goes through so much pain, and the pain was really bad in my knees, my ankles, even in my hips sometimes. When you're a dancer, that's just the last thing that you want. And so my mom took me into Good Feet, and then that's when we got my arch supports. A week after I got them, I was like, holy cow, all of a sudden the pain just went away. I didn't even know the arch supports existed until I got them, and I was like, where were these all my life?
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Deacon Brian here from Next Adventure. We're really excited this winter.
We are super stoked about all the great gear that our team has put together and brought into the store.
Not to mention all our tours, clinics, classes, and events.
So go to nextadventure.net and find out everything that we're doing this winter. Come to one of our locations for ski and snowboard gear, or don't forget our paddle sports center. We hope to see you this winter.
Trailblazers courtside alongside the one, the only Michael Holden.
Players bring effort and coaches coach execution. Adversity is always part of the journey. Good offense goes where the defense isn't. I'm going somewhere with this.
Outdoor GPS is presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for watching the show this morning. We're joined on the phone by Derek LeBlanc. He is with the Kids Safe Foundation. Look into it. It's something that you really need to pay attention to, especially if you have kids that are in your family, and this is the kind of information that you feel is relevant, which you had better. Derek, okay, so I want to know a little bit more about the Kids Safe Foundation. How long have you guys been around, and has it always been an Oregon-based company?
I started the process about 5 years ago, developing a program because I'm an NRA certified instructor, so I do a lot of self-defense training, and so I was meeting parents that had no experience with guns, and I thought, well, they potentially could be an accident inside the home, and so I developed a program. We've been a nonprofit for about 2.5 years now. In 2018, we reached nearly 6,000 kids in Washington, Oregon, and Northern California, and taught them the 4 basic rules that would save them if they ever come across an unsecured firearm, which would be stop, don't touch, run away, tell a grown-up. And so the whole goal of us is just empowering our youth to make good, safe decisions. Also, we want to get them involved in hunting and the shooting sports as well. So we do have ambassadors that are involved with our program that, they're very safe and they're representations of responsible gun owners.
How many classes or how many seminars is it to be part of the, I don't know if I'm phrasing that correctly, Derek, but how many times do you get an opportunity to see these kids? Are there multiple classes that they can come and attend?
So right now we offer 4 different classes. We have a sterile one, which is an education-based class, which is designed for inside the school. We've taught in 5 local schools, and this is strictly accident prevention, anti-bullying. We talk about video games, video game violence, airsoft, Nerf guns. Those are all things that we incorporate in our program. And then we also follow up with the Firearm Safety 1. We also have the Firearm Safety 2. And then there's also the hybrid class, which is a combination of 1 and 2. So it will do accident prevention, then we transition to the range. And so that was a fun class because we get to reinforce those good safety principles that we talk about in the first class, and we get to do it on the local range with rimfires.
That's so much fun. I mean, you got to have such a ball getting the kids out there, maybe for the first time shooting a 22, watching their face light up when they actually make the shot that they're trying to do. Right now, I'm actually kind of able to enjoy that a little bit. My daughter this year got herself her first BB gun, a Red Ryder, like a lot of us got when we were kids, and having the fun in the basement with the BB trap, watching her start to get it. Is really, really cool. Well, Derek, I know that our time is just never going to be enough, but I know this is not going to be our first time talking. This is a foundation, a group of people that I can wholeheartedly get behind for countless different reasons. A great partnership with Fisherman's Marine where you can go and take your kids and learn from the professionals how you can help prevent tragedies that by all means can be prevented. With just basic education, letting kids understand what that actually is when they're looking at a firearm. Derek, thank you very much for spending a couple minutes. Good luck this upcoming week, and we're going to keep promoting the heck out of it so we can get you buried when you get over there at Fisherman's Marine, okay?
Thank you so much for your support. And you guys can find us on Facebook and on Instagram as well under Kids Safe Foundation.
Very good. Derek, thank you very much for spending some time. Good luck today, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah, have a great day. Thank you.
You betcha. Take care, Derek. Great group of people. So passionate about what they do. It really, I mean, if you have a chance to sit down and talk with Derek when you do go to these seminars, the guy will give you some pretty interesting insight. So I heard 2 of you yapping at the same time. Any yapping that I need to know about? Okay, that works out. Let's go ahead and talk to Jeff. We'll see how Jeff, we tried to talk with Jeff a second ago about steelhead eggs. Jeff, what's going on?
Hey, Alan, got a quick question.